Hyrbid jackets. They're a beautiful thing. You got the nice insulation in the front, sometimes the back, exactly where you need it to keep you warm. Then you've got some stretchy panels on the sides or under the arms, maybe on the back. Either way, it's the best of both worlds. Warmth and freedom of motion. But why choose a hybrid jacket over any old conventional insulated jacket sans stretchy panels? Like, where do hybrid jackets excel? Short answer, active pursuits. Long answer, well, that really depends on the jacket, doesn't it? But I mean, hybrid jackets tend to be pretty dang versatile. For starters, those stretchy panels mean they make great mid-layers. See, regular insulated jackets don't tend to have any stretch to them, so when you've got between 3 to 6 layers on in the winter, it can start to feel really restrictive and you tend to lose a fair amount of freedom of motion, which is no bueno when you're climbing or skiing or backpacking, heck, even hiking. But they're also great as an external layer during really high output activities like trail running or uphill skinning or strenuous hiking. They tend to breathe well, let you move however you need to, and are less bulky than more traditional insulators. What they're not as well suited for are wet weather activities, since they don't tend to be as water resistant, what with the stretchy panels, or more stationary pursuits like just sitting around the campground, since they're not insulated all over. But don't worry, because we have a review of some sustainable insulated jackets coming up real soon, so subscribe so you don't miss that. For now, though, we reviewed 4 more sustainable hybrid jackets that are not only vegan, but also PFC free. So let's get into it. Starting with the Outdoor Research Shadow Insulated Hoodie. That's a lot to say. Outdoor Research Shadow Insulated Hoodie. This one comes in a handful of colors for men and women, in small to XXL for men, but only extra small to extra large for women. Anyway, it's both water and wind resistant, has thumb holes, a bungee on the hem and on the back of the hood, plus the insulation is made of a combo of recycled polyester and partially bio-based Cerona fabric, and the sides are made of a stretchy material that's so soft and warm and fleecy on the inside. But let's talk about Cerona for a sec. The material's website is pretty cryptic and probably can't be deciphered by anyone without a chemical engineering degree. I do not have a chemical engineering degree, but from what I could find, the fabric is only 37% bio or plant-based. The rest of it is still synthetic stuff. The site says it uses 30% less energy and creates 50% less greenhouse gas emissions than creating conventional nylon, but I did a little digging and it seems like recycled nylon leaves an even lighter footprint, around 50% less energy and 50% fewer greenhouse gases. So I'm not sure I'm sold on this being an innovative fabric worth celebrating. But unique fabric aside, this has become my go-to jacket for really chilly active pursuits. It's one of the most well insulated of the bunch, by which I mean it's thicker and heavier, and is really an excellent quality jacket. The outer materials feel more durable than delicate, so that's a pro for folks who tend to ride their gear hard. Plus, it has all the features you look for in a layer of this caliber. The bungee on the insulated hood really helps it conform to the size and shape of your head, and the thumb loops are obviously a win. The hand pockets and chin guard are lined with a soft material that's a really nice touch, very warm and cozy, but the drop pockets on the inside are really long and narrow, to the point where all that's gonna fit in there is a pair of liner gloves at most, at least on the extra small. I'm sure it's a more useful size on larger jackets. But speaking of fit, the Shadow Hoodie is nice and fitted. I love how close it sits to my base layer while still leaving plenty of room for a fitted layer or 2 underneath. It's a great option for extra chilly trail runs or sunny cross-country ski days or cool mornings at the crag. Activities where you'll be working hard but still need a little extra protection from the elements. I will say though that the sleeves are very long. You can just yank them up, of course, but if you have long arms, take note, this might actually be the jacket for you. The arms are also fairly roomy compared to the torso, at least in my opinion. Now, moving on to the Jack Wolfskin Bur Pro insulated jacket. This hybrid hoodless jacket is an excellent option for a fitted mid-layer. There are 2 zippered hand pockets plus a zippered chest pocket, which Josh thinks every jacket should have. And I'm not gonna argue. Another nice touch, soft fabric at the top of the zipper that acts as a chin guard, and dual bungees on the waistband to really cinch it down if you need to, like in windy conditions. Now, the stretchy panels are just on the sides of this one, not down the arms or on the back. So if you need some give in the biceps or have really broad shoulders or something, you may want to size up. That said, at least in the men's version, there's a bit more room in the sleeves and body, which allows space for slightly bulkier layers underneath. When layered under a shell and over a base layer, Josh was plenty warm when hiking uphill in snowy conditions in the low 30s. It has a windproof and water-resistant insulated material on most of the jacket, body, and sleeves, totally PFAS-free, of course, and that stretchy fleece on the sides for more freedom of movement, although slightly less than some of the other jackets. It does come in quite a few colors for men and women, including some very vibrant hues, and is available in extra small to double XL for women and small to double XL for men. Just, in case you were wondering. It's also made with almost entirely recycled materials, including the synthetic insulation and fleece. Now, this one doesn't feel quite as breathable as some other options on this list, but Josh says he'd definitely wear it on its own for moderate output activities like cool weather hikes, leisurely cycling, that sort of thing, in addition to slower paced activities like just wandering around town in the fall, camping, etc. Plus, frankly, I think it cuts kind of a flattering silhouette, don't you? The fabrics and materials don't feel quite as premium as some of these other options, but this is also the most budget-friendly jacket of the bunch, like by a long shot. So if that's a concern, definitely give the Bur Pro a go. The Patagonia Nano Air Light Hybrid Hoodie is our next hybrid jacket, and it's a pretty sweet one. It's, of course, available in several colors, though no longer this soft green, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad about. Not personally a fan of pastels. That's all. You can get this jacket in sizes from extra small to XXL in both women's and men's, which is rare. You almost never see a men's extra small in outdoor clothing, so small humans rejoice. And it's obviously not hooded, which I generally like in a mid-layer. Now, materials-wise, this might be my favorite jacket, mostly because that front and sleeve fabric is buttery soft, though won't be quite as durable as some of these other options, I think. It's also insulated for warmth, while the entire back panel and underside of the arms is a super stretchy, soft, and breathable fleece. I mean, like, really breathable. All of the jacket, except for a small percentage of the insulation, is made of completely recycled polyester, and the shell has a PFC-free water repellent coating, of course, to help keep you dry in light rain. Now, I loved this one for uphill hiking and trail running. It fits seamlessly under a shell and over a synthetic tee. And while the insulation feels super lightweight and minimal, it actually kept me really warm on a trail run in 35-degree temps and blowing wind, even with as slow a runner as I am. I mean, I had it fully unzipped by mile 1.5. That's how good of an insulator this is. Is it the warmest on this list or the most windproof from all 360 degrees? Well, no. But if you're looking for an excellent mid-layer that feels like a sweater for really high output pursuits, this may be the one for you. Or an outer layer, frankly. And I never felt like my range of motion was inhibited. I mean, that fleece airwave material is impressively stretchy. The sleeves are a bit snug compared to the body of the jacket, at least in my opinion, but the whole thing is designed to be fitted, and the ample stretch offers plenty of wiggle room in the fit department. I tested a size small, but an extra small probably would have been better for me. All to say the jacket runs true to size, but size up if you plan to layer this one over anything remotely bulky. A small left plenty of room when worn over a roomy grid fleece. There are just 2 hand pockets, no internal drop pockets or anything in the way of bungees, but I don't really have a problem with that. Next up, the Rab Cirrus Hoodie. So, spoilers, this might be my favorite overall jacket of the bunch, mostly because it feels like wearing a cozy sweater, like for real. But also because the proportions are just perfect. For me, at least. Obviously, your experience may vary. But the sleeves were the perfect length, the body and sleeves were just the right amount of fitted, and frankly, it just cut a flattering silhouette. The side panels that extend down the arms offer the perfect amount of stretch, and this thing didn't feel restrictive at all under a shell. But maybe my favorite feature was the hood. Often I don't like hoods on mid layers because it's easy when you're layering to just get too many hoods piled up. But this hood is baller. It fits beautifully and stays put even without a bungee, and has stretchy panels on the sides, which means not only can you pull it over your head with the jacket zipped all the way up, which you can't do with most jackets, but it also doesn't restrict head movement. It just moves with you when you turn from left to right. Amazing. Plus, it has nice, tall, zippered hand pockets so you can wear it with a backpack or a harness while still being able to get inside. It has stash pockets on the inside and a nice, large section of soft fabric by your chin. It's light and the fabric is silky, and honestly, I would wear this around the house as a sweater in addition to as a mid-layer or active outer layer. And did I mention it can be packed into its own pocket? Yep. Now, this jacket comes in a ton of colors for women and men. This is the eucalyptus color. And it comes in extra small to XXL for women and for men. The super silky down-like insulation is made of 100% recycled materials, as is the satiny outer and liner fabric, just not the fleece panels. Now, a note on sizing on all of these, especially if you're ordering a women's cut, they all run pretty true to size, but are designed to be worn over a fitted base layer or two. So if you think you'll be layering these over bulkier items like a fleece sweater or something, I'd just size up. And remember, the truly sustainable choice is to repair and re-wear the gear you already have before going out and buying something new. Or try to find one of these jackets used. We'll drop links to our favorite used sites, plus where you can find them new, in the description. Also, hey, if you like this video, don't be stingy with that thumbs up. It could help more folks find it helpful too. Then find even more gear reviews, how-tos, you name it, on Terradrift.com, and come hang out with us on like Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. We're at Terradrift on all of them. Then stay cozy out there, wander on. Where's my jacket? It's cold in here. Ugh.